Dalai Lama, a Tibetan Buddhist spiritual leader who is adored by millions around the world and 8 million of Tibetan Buddhist followers. His capital, Lhasa, is abandoned. He is a beacon of peace, compassion, but Chinese government shudders to think about him. They call him the outright separatist or the terrorist even. What makes this man so intriguing? Hi, this is Narendra from Narendra's System Talk. Let's dive into it. Recently, Dalai Lama celebrated the 90th birthday, wherein he announced his succession. This infuriated China, the Chinese Communist Party, which claimed that under one China policy, Tibet, which was controlled by China since 1959, where Dalai Lama was exiled, and from his capital Lhasa he fled to Dharamshala, where Indian government under Nehru gave the exile the seat of Dharamshala as government in exile. So this led to a friction between China and India as well. Chinese, as they say, Tibet is part of their country. So they populated that Tibet with Han Chinese for a demographic change. This was done by a motivation to exterminate the population and the religion and to wipe out entire belief system, entire practice, entire spiritual practice and tradition. So this was done by Communist China, from Mao Zedong to current Xi Jinping. They have the same stand. Why they are having this? This is because Dalai Lama has an independent ruler, has been an independent ruler for centuries. The Tibetans, Tibet and China had land border issues and frictions and hostilities. In 800 CE, they had some understanding between King China and Tibet. But after that, there was ongoing conflicts. When Mongolate entered China and was in the rule, one Altan Khan gave the name to this highest Tibetan Buddhist monk, Dalai Lama. Dalai means in Mongolia means ocean. Lama means master. Ocean of knowledge is what it represents. So from then on till the Kuomintang government of Republic of China took over, the 13th Dalai Lama had strictly told that he would abide by the process of appointing independently by Tibetan government or Tibetan monks. They are the approving authority for appointing Dalai Lama. This was flatly rejected later after Communist Revolution happened and Mao Zedong took place. As I said, they threw out the current 14th Dalai Lama into exile in Dharamshala from Lhasa. So this led to friction. Why this is happening is they want a puppet to a golden urn which they claim, the Chinese claim. They select through a process of lottery system where they identify the incarnation. Usually through incarnation and traits that is believed that these monks are chosen. So China claims it can choose through this process through a golden urn and name a Dalai Lama who is in control of Beijing, who is in sync with what Beijing is saying, or as a puppet. This gives control as all the authoritarian regime. You can see in Ukraine as well. Russia wants Ukraine as a puppet. Similarly, this is a puppet regime. So as I told, Not only did they want to have a puppet regime, they also exterminated an entire culture by populating the Tibet with the Han Chinese, and thereby want to demolish the spiritual practice and the ethnicity of that Tibetan people, spiritual people who were just slightly isolated from the mainland Chinese people. So they put in all the effort, and their motive was very, very, very evil. So, as Nancy Pelosi rightly said, Dalai Lama, your legacy will live on, but you, Mr. Xi Jinping, will never live to see it. This authoritarian Chinese government wants. So China has progressed in an immense way in other ways, but they still have these kind of ambitions around South China Sea, Tibet, Taiwan, everywhere. So Tibet is a friction point. They want to control because they also have a strategic rivers like Yangtze, Brahmaputra flowing around. So these are all. Apart from that, they have critical minerals like copper, lithium. So they have occupied and encroached all this land and want a government, provisional government, which is saying yes man to the Beijing, that is Communist Party. The current Dalai Lama, whose name was Tenzin, from 1940s he has been serving as Dalai Lama. He has been a hope and beacon around the world. He has been an inspiration for millions and millions around the world, not least his followers in Tibet, who see him as the supreme leader and guide. So after all this, what is the action taken by India or US? A US congressional delegation headed by Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, in 2023 came and gave a direct reference that we will pass a legislation seeking the independence of Tibet. They wanted to be in one-on-one contact with Tibet. This further infuriated China. So, after all this thing, they passed the resolution. So, despite these talks happening in the side by side, Chinese have been insisting that they will do it. But Dalai Lama has instituted their own set of mechanism where they identify the incarnation for the next Dalai Lama, that is 15th Dalai Lama, through the trust, which is Gadang Fardong Trust. It is a approval trust which approves the process of initiating the next Dalai Lama. So, this is the story of Dalai Lama. We hope that His Holiness continues his service, and going forward we pray for his healthy life in the remaining part of his life and ultimate nirvana. The Chinese government, which wants to control, shall never succeed in doing so. That is my humble prayer to the Almighty. Having said so, I have faith. Thanks. Namaskar. Let me see you in your next episode.